Bulls Nation, it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse for the Chicago Bulls. We started off making a video today about the injury updates for the Chicago Bulls. Some positives and a big negative for the team, and it looks like things are getting even worse now. What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Chicago Bulls injury list update for you guys. Another one bites the dust, ladies and gentlemen. Another one and another one and another one. It just seems like there can simply be no positives for the Chicago Bulls during this period of time. We have two more players that have entered health and safety protocols, and we're going to be talking about both of them in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls situation and how do you expect to go on from here, ladies and gentlemen. This game against Detroit, because let's be honest, we're probably going to play it. It's going to be a bunch of G League players and Vucevic, in my opinion, in terms of that game, and that's going to be a really sucky game to watch. But nevertheless, let's just talk about the individuals in health and safety protocols at this time. The first one that we need to talk about is Troy Brown Jr., ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be entering health and safety protocols as of 7 minutes ago, I believe, from Casey Johnson is where I heard it from. But again, it's going to be spread all around the Chicago Bulls Twitter. And at the end of the day, these players are taking the piss out of this situation as well. Troy Brown Jr. reacted to the situation. Alice Johnson reacted to the situation. At the end of the day, these players are just as fed up as the fans and a lot of, a lot of the players around the league, I would say, a lot of players on the Chicago Bulls. And I think we're just all fed up about the situation. We're all fed up about how the NBA has handled it. I'm personally fed up about that. And I'm very fed up with this situation and how it's continuing to get worse for the Chicago Bulls. And yet we still allow it to become worse because the NBA are so persistent on not postponing our games. Troy Brown Jr. is just another one. The latest one, in my opinion, should just fall into that category of someone that probably doesn't even feel anything in terms of the positive virus and is now entered health and safety protocols. It's for health and safety reasons, of course. The man does come first. Every single video I will say it because health comes first. I completely and utterly understand these guys and their health coming first. Whether they feel something or not, it still could be a very serious situation depending on the person that you are. So get well soon to Troy Brown Jr. Hopefully you have good health in the future. Hopefully you don't suffer too badly if you are tested positive from this, and hopefully you can come back on the court ready to ball out for the Chicago Bulls. But the next one, ladies and gentlemen, is devastating in my opinion, and it truly loses all hope in us winning for at least a couple of weeks until we get DeMar DeRozan back, or even then it might be too little too late for the Chicago Bulls in terms of winning in recent games, in the next upcoming games. Zach Lavine is going to be entering health and safety protocols. Our best player, our all-star, ladies and gentlemen, been on this team for years. Everybody loves Zach Lavine. Most people love Zach Lavine if you've been here for a while. And he is going to be entering health and safety protocols. Now, Zach Lavine was actually sick during the Charlotte game. And again, that was a non-COVID related issue. But now it looks like things are getting worse for Zach Lavine as he's now going to enter health and safety protocols. That's our best player, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he gets well soon. But again, we don't have a very strong lineup heading into this Detroit game. I believe, because we have 9 players now in health and safety protocols and Patrick Williams out for the season. That's 10 of our 15 players for the Chicago Bulls that are currently out. Now, according to the NBA, I'm pretty sure they're going to keep giving us allow us to keep on doing 10-day contracts, the hardship exemption, I think it's called. We're going to keep on doing that, which means we will literally see a team with either free agents or a bunch of G League players and Nikola Vucevic going forward. Because to be honest, the players that are available for the Chicago Bulls, I believe at this point, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Nikola Vucevic, obviously, Devon Dotson, Marko Seminovic, Alfonso McKinney, and maybe, I believe that's it in terms of players that are actually available for the team. Now, to be honest, I don't think this is the last of it. I think we're going to see more players enter health and safety protocols. Why would Lonzo Ball not enter health and safety protocols? He's been in and around every single one of those players in health and safety protocols right now. And again, God forbid that does happen. The last thing I want to see is more players enter health and safety protocols, but that seems to be the trend going now for the Chicago Bulls. We have a lot of players, pretty much our entire team has caught this. And we are still going to be persistent in playing these games. The NBA, who Adam Silver. Anybody that makes the decisions, I know Adam Silver doesn't make every single decision, but every decision maker in the NBA, this is getting out of hand. This is truly getting out of hand now. When you have 9 players in health and safety protocols, by far the most out of anybody in the roster in the NBA, more than the Sixers, more than Charlotte, more than Miami, more than any team at the moment in the NBA. It's time to take action. Stop trying to keep on persisting on keeping the schedule the way that it is. It's not going to work out. You are harming these players. You are harming your league more by letting them play, potentially getting other teams infected with this virus, and then they have to sit out. You are affecting this league one by one. I think it's best to say that this is one of the worst experiences in terms of the virus-related instance for the Chicago Bulls, at least. I'm not talking about every other NBA team. I can't speak for every NBA team last year because I'm sure it was worse for a lot of teams there. But right now, this is by far the worst that we've seen it. And we've seen 9 players enter health and safety protocols. It's time for the Chicago Bulls. I think the Chicago Bulls coach, Billy Donovan, needs to speak up. And I think he needs to make an impact in terms of using his voice to try and get these games postponed. The longer that he persists that they can play these games, and if players are not comfortable playing, I think he needs to stand up and speak on behalf of his team and say that we don't believe the game should be played. I think the coach needs to show leadership in that area. Maybe Arturis or Eversley should speak up about the situation as well, because it is getting out of hand. And I also think that the NBA needs to just take responsibility. You know you made a mistake against Miami. I truly feel like they know they made a mistake against Miami. I hope they don't make the same mistake against Detroit. The positive of this situation is that potentially next week or this upcoming week, we'll be doing a Bulls Weekly soon. That we're going to see Kobe White and Javonte Green return. Those are the positives out of looking forward. But this game against Detroit should not be played. I'm going to be saying it right from the beginning, so people don't question me when I talk about Miami. I said the Bulls and Heat game shouldn't be played. I got a comment saying that the Heat had 5 men out. Their players were injured. It's a lot different compared to an outbreak that spreads. Very, very, very different. And they do have 1 player in health and safety protocols as well. So I don't believe that game should have been played. From the very beginning, where we didn't know the result, to the Bulls losing, that whole time, that game should not have been played. This next game against Detroit, I'm saying it a few days earlier now, that game should not be played. I don't want to see that game played. That game has to be postponed. Simple as that. There is no more arguments. There's no more conversations. I know the NBA are not going to do it, but that's the right solution in my opinion. That's the way to go if you're going to try and fix and have some resolutions about what's going on for the Chicago Bulls. I don't think they're going to do it. Again, we saw the hardship exemption. We're going to get more players in this team, and we're going to have a full team of G League players, and potentially even those players will get this virus. So we've seen it with Stanley Johnson. What's to say we're not going to see it with somebody else as well? It's time for the league to step up and take responsibility. You're allowed to postpone games. I'm sure you've come prepared for moments like this. It's time to take action for yourselves. It's time to take action for the teams that represent your league and do it very well. You have to take care of your teams. Simple as that. I don't feel they've done a good job. I'm going to end this video here. I've ranted on again about this situation. It's really, really pissing me off now, ladies and gentlemen. I could sit here and scream and shout. I have sworn on this channel before, and I'm definitely not afraid of swearing again, but all of that is lost on me. I don't feel angry. I feel frustrated. I feel disappointed, and I feel ashamed that we have to be put through this situation just so the fact that we get more players hurt, more players in health and safety protocols, and we're potentially going to be damaging other teams as well. It makes me feel terrible to feel that situation. I hope nothing happens to Miami. That's what I'm looking at now. I hope nothing happens to Denver, and I hope nothing happens to Miami. If I hear any more news about Miami and Denver entering protocols, I'm going to be devastated, because I know that all of this could have been prevented, yet we're going to be in that situation, and I hope we are not in that situation. Have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. Again, this goes to show what I'm about to say really reigns true, and I mean it with all my heart. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. We'll keep on providing you the updates. Take care, and peace.